What you're about to watch is something that I've been trying to achieve for nearly 2 years, but despite a global pandemic and numerous delays and a million different things outside of our control, we finally made it. Welcome to my perspective of round 1 and 2 of Time Attack UK at Cadwell Park.
God, I look so tired. Look at this shit. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. And I'm kind of enjoying the kitchen vibe in the morning. I don't know, fills me with adventure. So today, or this weekend, is something that I've been working towards in some capacity for the last like 2 years. So to start this journey, we have to go back to Donington in 2019, when we took the Mazda to its first track day. Big turbo, big brakes, didn't go very well, but it was a good lesson for me in one, how not to drive, and two, how not to prepare a car. That's on me. Fast forward, a year or so, we've got this crazy mint machine with big old rear wing, turbo, splitter, a car that kind of produces some downforce, which then had to be sidelined for another year due to some problems with the roll cage. Now, this year, it is, what day is it today? It is the 30th of April, and this weekend marks our first actual entry into Time Attack UK. Not in, unfortunately, the big mint monster, but in fact in the little red cutie we've got, which you'll meet later on if you've not actually seen it just yet. Before I start this whole weekend, I wanted to sort of leave this as a message to myself, and the amount of stress that I've gone through getting to this point is unreal. Preparing your own sort of fast race car or whatever is insane. I am not the one who even builds it. I've just been the one sort of overseeing everything, and it's been, yeah, one of the most stressful experiences I've been through. So regardless of what happens this weekend, whether we do well or whether we don't, I am just looking forward to getting out on track in anger, in a Mazda, in Time Attack, and hopefully building something for us to continue on throughout the rest of the season. And I fully expect by the time we get to Brands for round 3, we will be in the big bastard. But anyway, I'm just waiting for Luke to get here with our van and trailer so we can go pick up the car. And then we have to drive to Cadwell, which, if you don't know, I live on the south coast. It's about 5 hours from me. Nice short drive. Adventure starts now! Oh, I'm so ready. Are you ready, Brolian?
Yeah, I'm so ready.
I'm so fucking tired. How you feeling, Daddy Luke?
I'm very happy to be towing. Yeah.
It's a nice atmosphere here in the van.
We move.
Fuck off. So I've just arrived at MTech after what felt like a very long time in a van. You have to go very slow in a van when towing stuff. Here is the car, all ready for Time Attack goodness. So while you're here, we'll get into the car and sort of, well, I say get into the car, slither into this car. Oh, yeah. And sort of show you what's changed in the interior. So on the inside, it's actually not too different. I mean, we still have the same steering wheel, same pedals, etc. We do have a water temp gauge here, just to sort of keep an eye on things. Down here, just a couple of little sort of little bits. Obviously, a little plaque for MTech, who did an absolutely awesome job of getting this car ready in time. It was kind of ridiculous, the time frame that I gave them. They still somehow managed to get things done, which is unreal. Seats are completely different. I'm in one right now, so you can't see it, but we have the tilt seats from the race car in here now, to try and get as low as possible, save a little bit of weight. Extinguisher, of course, so we don't do the big combust. We have the hard top. This is my original hard top. I don't know if you can see that up there, but that was my original sticker that came with the boosted car. There are a couple of little bits in here from the race car, sort of hard top mount. So it's very much hard mounted. But yeah, car did really well in the dyno. New cams. It made, I think, 183 horsepower NA, which is really nice.
And also we got it weighed. It weighs 965 kilos. A bit more of me in it, of course. So yeah, under a ton on its own. So yeah, making a fair bit of power for the weight, which should be good. Not going to be quite as quick as, you know, the Clios and whatnot, but it'll be enough to have a lot of fun, especially around Cadwell. It's actually a really nice moment putting on the 87. Has such a significance to like the real life racing that putting it on any car is quite nice. So after much faffing and other things, the car is now on the trailer and we're ready to go to Cadwell. Only 4.5 hours! Luke, how'd you feel about that, mate?
Kill.
Right, so we have just arrived at Cadwell finally after a million years. It's like 8:15, losing a lot of light as you can see. And Gavin, Tristan, who I'll sort of introduce you guys to a bit later, are currently doing a couple of bits to the car. They're just taking off the old rear bumper to put on the cut bumper, because they're like parachutes in MX-5, but that's dragged down the straight. They also fit the front lip that we used to have on the old car to help ram some air into the brakes at the front. Walking around the paddock though, it's become painfully obvious that we're quite under-equipped. A lot of air on these pocket rocket cars here, so it's going to be hard to keep up. I think our goal of not last is going to be quite tricky, but yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Luke, mate, do you want to tell us what you're doing at this ungodly hour?
I am making the stickers for your race car so that the sponsors can actually be seen tomorrow, because, you know, they might want that given that they've looked after us.
So we're on the way to the track now. Actually, we seem to have got away with any sort of overnight weather. It's meant to drizzle a bit and rain. It's always the first thing I like look out for in the mornings. I listen to the cars going by and if it's like wet or not. Got lucky this time. So, I mean, hopefully it'll stay dry because we haven't really got a baseline for either. Dry is preferable.
Welcome to Cadwell Park.
Warning. Vehicle reversing. Warning.
Warning. Chat shit, get banged.
So the first nerve-wracking thing of the day is we have to go get the car scrutineered, which means we have to get all the stickers, the championship stickers, on the car. That's part of the scrutineering process. So we're just, well, Gavin and Luke are just getting that done now in the background. I think the shot of it driving into the bin was actually quite appropriate. But off it goes. Baby's first scrutineering. Let's see how she does. Oh man, not looking forward to this. Straight through, nothing at all. Yes, boys. This is all down to the guys at MTech putting in like 50,000 hours in 3 days to get this thing out. So, well done, guys. Check this shit out, man. It's a proud moment wearing a HKS suit. I'll tell you that. Really fucking proud moment. The car is all stickered up. It looks so cool. It looks a lot faster than it is, which I think is the goal, right? Making it quicker than it is. And yeah, just gonna give it our best shot. Warm up first though, so it's not really gonna be a big go for broke kind of thing. It's go out, feel out these brakes. Never driven this car with this brake setup. Feel out the new cams, feel out the suspension. A lot of the handling of this car is gonna be completely new. So I wanna try and get up to pace fairly quickly, but not so quickly that we're making any mistakes. We've got a lot of sessions here. These ones don't really count for much, so it's just about getting the lap time in at the moment, or getting the seat time, sorry, in, and going from there. Fucking supercars, mate, love them.
fucking
we've got quite a few sessions in Time Attack that don't really mean much, but I wanted to at least do a little bit now anyway, because that was our first time out in the car with the setup, and it was so good. It was so good. Life was really great. It pulls really nicely. Like, you wouldn't think it's an MX-5 the way it pulls. I know this one was like a big achievement, but like, you know, minis out there with a lot more horsepower than this, and we're sort of putting with them up the straights. It's really good. Through the corners, you know, unless you're in some absolute weapon, you aren't really beating this. What a car, man. So happy with it.
Nearly got ya.
Bastard!
That's why you wear a helmet, dude.
Exactly. Safety first. It's only like a small drizzle. I don't think it's really going to do anything. But it's session 3 now. I'm going to try and, well, it depends what the track's like. There's a little bit of rain here. It's going to be a tiny bit slippy, probably quite greasy actually. And just to say that, it comes down a bit heavier. So we'll just see how it is. But there's been people on track the entire time whilst we've been here, so it's going to be probably quite dry out there anyway. But obviously we've got to be a bit more careful on the curbs and stuff like that. But yeah, probably not going to go fast this session, but it's just all learning. Qualifying anyway, so we've got to go and push and try and do well, and hope for the best. So let's get started up.
But that's the thing about Time Attack, it brings together all the coolest machinery as that checker flag comes out. And this is the first time that we see some representative pace from our drivers.
That was interesting, that one. There was a big chunk of old oil down the bottom, or top of the circuit I should say, which meant that I went in there on the first lap, hit the brakes, and fuck, and just like had this big lock-up moment, managed to avoid going off. So we didn't go any faster, no one else really did though, but the final is in about an hour. It's still like spitting frustratingly. I'm hoping in a minute it will go away. I'm going to go down now because I haven't actually seen the pro cars go around yet. I want to see this NSX go around. That's going to be our main competition once the big boy is gone. Cool. I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can, hi. So it's now time for the first final. So this is the one that matters. It's no rain now, and I figure I'm going to just go and send it pretty much. We're here to try and get points and do well, even if it's in this car. So despite having a round tomorrow, we're going to just basically, it's Gav's problem if it breaks. So we're creating some work tonight. Let's go have some fun. Last session done, and we managed to get into the 44s, so we're really happy with that. By far our fastest time of the day. Really had to throw it around though, wasn't very sympathetic to the car at all. It's maybe sounding like it needs a bit of a break at the moment, so there's definitely a lot of mid 45, mid 44 in it. Now it makes me wonder if it's a 43 if we push hard enough. Fucking hell, I've got a driver's thing up, but it's awesome fun. Love it, mate. Well happy with that. That is our first day done. Our first time attack event. We've finally done one. Scored points. I have no idea how many, but we scored points. We came, was it 10th or 11th overall? It wasn't very high, but we did beat a K-swapped Clio, our little wagon here. It's held up so well. Like everyone's coming to ask about it. Everyone's really interested in it because like it's not really normal. Basically, this class has sort of now been. I've learned today it's now sort of referred to as like the K class. Because if you haven't got a K-swap, you're not going to do very well. It's been a lot of fun, and we found time in the setup as well. We've sort of made it. It turns in a lot nicer now. The front tyre bites a lot nicer. Sort of did some sort of rebound adjustment we did in the front, and I'm now sort of starting to really throw the car into the corner to get it to rotate, and it will just sort of like do a little forward drift. I'm kind of happy doing that. I've got to say as well that I was a little bit sceptical about putting the KWs on here because the KWs were originally meant for the big old race car, but they have been just unreal on this car. I mean, they're a bit overkill for what this car is, but my god, if you can get your hands on a set of 4-way adjustable KW suspension, then do it. Put it on your MX-5 and you will have the best time. They're amazing. I actually don't want to take them off. KW, can I have another set, please? Pretty please. Yeah. First round done, good result. PB in the last lap of the last session. Let's see if we can go faster tomorrow.
Kind of fire.
7:30. We should probably leave quite soon actually. Second day for time attack at Cadwell, which is going to be hopefully as, well I say successful, as good as the first. I mean, success wise we didn't do so well. I think we came like 11th or overall like 7th in class, but to be honest, for one of, I think we were the first non-K swapped car. So that's a success in my mind.
Yeah, it should be a ton of fun. I'm just a bit achy. Apparently no power steering actually gets to you after a little while. The poor virgin shoulders aren't doing great.
The car has started. We're out in about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, something like that. And yeah, warm up first. It's sunny at the moment, but we've got a big fat old cloud coming in from over there, so might get some rain today, who knows. But yeah, all ready. It was a bit of a nightmare getting in. There's a show over there, and we had to like wait in this massive queue outside the circuit for like 40 minutes, so it's a bit of a rush to get here now, but all good. And yeah, car's all started, so looking forward to getting out there again. Gav, mate, what do you reckon for today?
Win?
Win, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking easy as that. Man sits down, so we just had a chat with Gordy. I sent some footage over to him to sort of say, hey, where can I go faster? And some very little minor tweaks, maybe like a different gear in some corners. The thing is, like, we're in between gears a lot around here, so usually I try and take the lower gear for the speed out the car, but it's kind of difficult. Really though, like, we're sort of maximising, I think, almost the potential of this thing, which is really nice to find that sort of so quickly. But I think we do need to, we've made a slight change to the front. We've made a toe change, a bit more toe out, because we can't do any camber changes on this car, unfortunately. So we're trying to use tow out to help turn the car in a little bit initially a bit better. But there's really not much else we can do. I think maybe on like the God lap we could get like a 43 with a 44.5 in that session. But there's a little bit more to find. I think we'll find it.
This case for Go Faster Bits and Hard Race, and actually the subject of Go Fast Bits. Samuel Pickering was having issues earlier today to the rescue with a spare fuel pump. So Daly drives his GTR, so he shows up to Time Attack, wins, and also Daly drives that. And that isn't a Clubman machine. This is a quite extensively modified club four-wheel drive car. Competition will know this, is managing those temperatures, especially of your
One
brake.
moment that I start talking to Mr. Announcer, but anyway, we had the last session, PB again, down to a 44.1 now, really happy with that. But yeah, I reckon now a 43 is really doable, which from where we started is, we've got a really far setup on it, it's done really well, so yeah, it's run flawlessly. I'm going to do the whole sponsor plug because I'm just impressed. This oil in this car, mate, we've done is put fuel in it, and we've been ragging the absolute shit out of it for the last day and a half. So yeah, mad stuff. This is one hell of a car. I'm almost sad that this is probably going to last time we run it in Time Attack, but it's awesome. Serious stuff now, haven't Gav, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that, mate.
We're now basically anything that's not essential gets fucked off out the car. There is a fucked off stuff out the car pile at the moment, including my heater. How will I be warm now? Oh wait, driving. So yeah, big measures. We're getting that 43, mate. A bit frustrating now because 2 sessions in a row where people are just sort of sat in the way when you're quite clearly on a fast lap. It's sort of like the whole idea is that if you're on a fast lap, you've got your lights on, people get out of your way. I have my side lights on because I'm trying to go fast, and these fucking things there are just like big old air brakes, which is the most I can do. And yeah, I'm annoyed, but I'm not. And I mean, he's got like these guys have novice crosses on most of them, so they're obviously like again in a position that I was in not so long ago, so I can relate to that a lot. But I also am trying to go quick, so I'm getting annoyed by it. But oh well.
There we go.
Right. So yeah, we had this unfortunate issue. Where the mechanism in the lights it's actually broken, so we had to tape it up to make sure it doesn't flap up or anything like that. So anyway, last chance saloon, one last chance for a 143. Just been called out, so I'm gonna get booted. I'm gonna say zooted then, that's not a good word to say. And see what we can do. Thank you, my guy. Let's go!
Set purple sector 1, purple sector 2, kicks off the concrete dust on the exit of the final corner.
I know the session's over, mate. I'm standing here. Bloody hell. That didn't go well, did it? So I don't know what happened. Basically, just came around. You saw it. I came around the first corner. Car was cut out. Electrical. It feels like nothing went pop. I don't think. I didn't. No oil, no smoke, nothing like that. Yeah. Now I'm gonna be a marshal for a bit. Do you want to come say hello? So I'm a YouTuber. I'm on YouTube a lot. Oh yeah. And I'm just talking to the. Yeah. So I'm just talking to this camera here. Hi. This is the very kind marshal that's been looking after me. Sorry, I didn't catch your name, mate. John. This is John. I'm now going to be a marshal for the next session.
This fine driver is now going to wave some flags and shows how it's done.
Oh, sorry, my elbow hurts. Sorry.
It doesn't finish. But nice to meet you. Come marshalling. It's good fun.
You heard the man. Let's go marshalling. There isn't a lot of battery left. Basically, I'm now. I've been stuck here for the last half hour since the MX-5 cut out, but I now get to watch the Pro Glass come round from a very cool camera angle. So, what happened exactly? Basically, whilst I was out, it seems the battery sort of worked its way loose. I'm not really sure how. It was very much ill. One of the terminals did anyway. The battery was very much stayed in place. And that's it. Battery went, and the car just turned off. No power. We then went to reattach it. That's a good bit. And the car tech panel, which controls the rain light on the back, blew up. Is the best way of putting it. It just caught fire. That was while we were in scrutineering after we got the car recovered. No damage, it was just a bit scary. But the amazing thing is that I did we got a 43.9 on the lap just before it died. So best lap of the weekend, then it died. I think that's pretty much motorsport in a nutshell, but it was awesome. I really enjoyed that, and this thing didn't miss a beat up until the battery. That's only a small thing. Like, mechanically, absolutely amazing. So the guys at MTech did an awesome job, and I've got to tell you, this KW kit is unreal, and I cannot wait to get it onto the big car and do some serious lap times. But now I've got an 8-hour journey home, so we're going to hop in there. I'm not sure if it's an outro or not, maybe it is, but if it is, thank you to everyone who allowed me to go racing. You know, I always say this, guys, you guys at home are the reason I get to drive all the time. Well, our sponsors, HKS, of course, Sim Racing, GP as well, MTech in there, Discville, Fanatec, all the boys. I'll put more on screen if I've got anything. I'm really tired right now, sorry, but and of course KW for being rad. But yeah, time to go home. So I love you.